the Mayweather fight. The stoppage, in your opinion, now you've watched it back, was it early? Would you prefer to have
Adelaide Bird's husband. Adelaide Bird's husband, Robert Bird. That's all I'll say on that. Right. That's her husband. When we came face to face, and we went and we done the rules thing, when Floyd was here and I was here, the ref was here, he was only staring at me. And I'm looking at him staring at me and I'm like, I could see in the peripheral of my vision that he was just looking at me and he wasn't looking at Floyd. I was almost going to say, he's fighting as well, mate, give him the fucking, give him a rules meeting. You know what I mean, what's going on there? Every time we tied up, he literally wrestled me off him. So, I don't know, it is what it is. I knew I was not going to get a fair shake out there. I thought it was an early stoppage. How the fuck can you stop a fight when there was no knockdowns or nothing previous? The round before, I almost had him dropped. I hurt him to the body. I hurt him to the body the round before. So how the fuck can you, like round 10, then stop it like that when there's a first sign of a wobble? Nah, man, you've got to let these fights go on, so.
And you're used to UFC.
After the fight, you had some words for Conor McGregor. Of course, you're being asked about him over and over again. Do you think he has anywhere to go, or are you confident that he will be fighting you next?
Check. Straight up, this is chess, man. You got nowhere to go. You're in check. So you need to defend. Don't vacate the thing, because you know what? This isn't about the money fight. What it is about pride, man. You don't want to see me holding your real belt, buddy. So you need to defend it. And if you want, go ahead and just leave it right there. Sit it down and just walk away, okay? Just sit it down and walk away. Nobody will get hurt.
Do you get the impression that Conor will want a challenging fight like yourself, or that he will walk away from it?
I know Conor. Conor's a gamer. He's an athlete. And as much as I talk and everything else, it would be the most impressive game fight in the world. And I feel that if he wants a game opponent, you can't go to Nate. Nate's not your game opponent. You want a righteous opponent. You want somebody who wants to talk. Look, I saved some of my best material. I was quiet this whole entire time, man. I was saving some of my best material for you, buddy.
So if you start hearing things about Nate, will you start talking up, or do you feel like you've done the talking, though? That is the talk, right?
This is what it's about. You have an interim title. I'm not hurt. I'm definitely not hurt. They didn't give me any disciplinary, no violation, no nothing. So if I'm not hurt, you need to defend, straight up. So that's in the rule book. UFC, I didn't write it. UFC did.
Dana White has said that.
Conor, you know, but right now I'm not worried about him. Right now I'm worried about just holding this and then showing my baby boy as soon as I get back.
First off, where's the sunglasses at? We all have our sunglasses. We're ready to pop them on, and you're not wearing them right now. Congratulations, brother. We saw you go for a lot of submissions. We're used to seeing you do your dart choke, your head and arm triangle, everything.
Did you do that? Did you get caught up in the motion, the energy, the arena?
I think usually you put them shots together on a guy in my division, and they crumble. He could take it a little bit more. Now I still believe I hurt him. I mean, his face is banged up there. He's stitched up. He said he won the boxing exchanges. I don't think he did. I just think I needed to be a little bit more select, a little bit more efficient with my energy, and I needed to recognize that a bigger man, you must put the shots together a little bit more to stop a bigger man. So I'll learn from that, and I will put the shots better next time.
If you hit a 155-pounder like a Dos Anjos or a 145-pounder like Edgar with those shots, are they done?
I think they fold 100%. I mean, Nate is a completely different stylistic opponent than Dos Anjos. He has the range, the height. I think if it had been a scheduled fight with what it was supposed to be, I would have came out victorious, but it is what it is.
Considering how vocal you are, obviously there's some brushback you heard on Twitter what Jose Aldo had said. What's your response to those who feel this is sort of some comeuppance for you?
You know, there's always critics, there's always people that will celebrate a man's fall, but you know, it is what it is. I'll take it on the chin. This is the fight business. Many wins, many losses. I've lost many times before in all different forms of fighting, so well, I'll face it head on and come back like a champion that I am.
And this may seem like an awkward question, but you've been on top for so long. How does it feel to lose? You've only been known winning lately.
Yeah, I mean, it stings, but this is life. Sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. It's how you handle it that makes you who you are. So
everything. That's it. I hold no regrets. You know, if I'd done it again, what I would do differently is I'd have pressure fighters coming at me. Okay. In the camp, we had fighters in the Philly shell, similar to the style that he always fights, or fighters against the ropes, but never fighters. Well, we did have fighters coming forward, like with that style, the way he eventually went. But that was only in the early rounds. Early rounds, I'm eating guys alive there. It's when I get tired, that's when I need to bring in that fresh body who's going to sit on my chest and let shots fly. And if I done that, that alone would have made that the easiest fight in my life. Because make no mistake, Carl, up until like round 5, that was the easiest fight in my life. I could see everything he was throwing. I was cracking him easily. It was only when I started fading and he started leaning on me and started coming forward in that Mexican style that I started to fade. And that's it, so. That's what I would do differently. I'd have people come pressure me when I'm tired instead of early. So.
Well, you're always pushing the boundaries with the training and the techniques that you're using. You're at the UFC High Performance Center. You know,
when I entered into the clinch, or I took another hook, or when he threw his right hand to put the frame, and I took his back, that's all energy on my behalf. That I'm at the putting energy into that. Whereas in a mixed martial arts bout, it's energy that's gonna. You've advanced position and you're in a better position now and you can work. Like when I had his back there, if that was an MMA fight, I can stay on his back and continue to keep hitting him. But in a boxing fight, you put the work in to get the back, but the referee separates it and resets you again. So I'm like, there was somewhere in the middle of it, I was like, I'm using all this energy to get to his back and I'm not landing that many blows that are worth it, but I'm using a lot of energy. And then that's it. He capitalized on me on it. He saw my energy dip, kept his hands up, dipped in low. And what can I say? Okay.
And then just on this, it seems like the praise that you're getting the most is your analysis. Post-fight, how you're able to take responsibility. Yep, he was the better guy tonight. That's no problem. We move on. You're doing it even now. Your mind is worrying. You're thinking of every shot, every combination, every clinch. Is this what's exciting you most about it? Just so much stuff to work with now?
I'm a student. I'll always study. I study every single situation. I think in sparring, it was always people backing off. And it was always distance fighting. And in the early rounds, you saw that. He couldn't touch me. I don't lose the early rounds ever. It's just a moment. Till they are in there, then it is no joke. So step by step, one enters, they say the same thing. It's all a joke. He's not for real. He's only talk. He only got here because he's this and that. And I go in and I put my opponent away. I do exactly what I said I would do. Now we're in a new game. It's just another day for me.
Take them high heels off. Yo, it's crazy if you think this man stands a chance. What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read.
You had never met him before your world media tour. What did you come to learn about him during that time?
You can't. I didn't really learn much about him. He's a small individual.
He doesn't intimidate you?
Not one bit. I mean, not only am I going to beat him, I'm going to beat him under the specific rule sets that that favor him. It's not a true fight. We're not fighting under no rules or mixed martial arts rules where the field opens up a lot more wider for me. That's confidence from my end. So I'm coming in and stepping into his world, and I am making it my own. Although it has been an illustrious career, fighting is on a fight-by-fight basis. None of my achievements or none of his achievements mean absolutely anything in there. It's two men entering a ring, and that's it. Past plays no part. So I do not care about his record or his achievements. Although I have respect for it, I do not care about it. And on fight night, there will be no respect in there.
What do you respect about him?
He's been, you know, I respect anyone that laces up the gloves or puts on MMA gloves and gets in and competes at any level, whether it's in a hall with 20 people or in a stadium with 1 million people. So if you get in and compete and you are from the same build as me and you shed the same blood, sweat and tears as me, you have my respect. But that's where it stops. At the end of the day, this is a ruthless business, and I must be ruthless in there, and I will be. So when it's all said and done, I will pick.
Floyd's got 3.
So
Floyd's got the one that he got, and he got 2
tax problems. That's what he's got. Oh no!
That's lying.
That's heavy shit. That is heavy shit.
It's hard to get out from underneath that.
Fucking right it is. Get in and be grateful for it and enjoy the ride.
Have you been able to do that? It's so different. You've been pulled in so many different directions. Have you been able to step back and kind of analyze these last 2 years?
You know, I enjoy work. I enjoy it. I don't want to be nowhere else. That's what I was saying to my guy yesterday. I was listening to the first episode of Embedded. Jose has his kid, and to say he came in, he got his ass whooped, he got his ego badly dented, and that's it. I mean, We sent the footage of the knockdown. We sent the footage over, and I don't think they are refusing to show it. So he was flattened. What can I say? He got his ass whooped. But I like the guy. He's all right though. He's kind of like a lovable mouthpiece. Do you know what I mean? But he's all right. He was knocked down. He was flattened against the ropes. Multiple times the ropes kept him on his feet. We were worried about him. We thought the worst was that to happen. You know what I mean? He was certainly badly concussed. As far as the images that got leaked, let me clear this. I didn't leak no images. The image I leaked and the image I released, the only image I released was the original one where my hands were behind my back, and that was in response to the comment where he said, he went on a big quote, and one of the comments in the quote was, "I will beat him with one hand tied behind my back." So I released one picture with me whooping his ass with both hands behind my back. And then he just got out of there and went running, and I don't know. I mean, I don't mind Paulie. He came in, he spoke a hell of a game previous, very disrespectful to the skill set, very disrespectful to the discipline. But no matter what a man says, if they show up and try to answer that and try their best, you've got to give respect, and that's what happened. He showed up, he tried his best. It didn't go his way. He got his ass whooped, he got his pride dented, and then he wanted a way out. What better way for a guy like him to exit under a load of questions and mysterious, you know what I mean? So under a load of...